Hey everyone, I'm back, shockingly, and I am making the most of my victory, my big victory against Jan on Wednesday. So check out my new YouTube video if you haven't already. Hey Pizza Racer, hey Appier, how are you guys doing? Making the wave. In a good mood, are we? Is Friday pizza day in Sweden? No, it's not. Okay. That could have been an explanation for you being in such a good mood. Let's see if any of the challenges we have is 1 minute. No, it's not, unfortunately. I am in the 1 minute mood this week. I don't want to be thinking too much. I want it to go quickly, instincts only. And frankly, the fact that I didn't lose any games on Wednesday didn't really deteriorate my wish. Hey Shay, hey Samith, how you guys doing? So check out my YouTube video if you haven't already. Exclamation point, new video. Trademark pending. The king of banter. In other news, my next matchup in the Banter Blitz Cup has been scheduled. I'll put that into the MooBot command. I'm playing against Sergey Movsesian. It's scheduled for Friday, December 20th at 10 p.m. Oslo. 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll put that in the title as well, I guess. I watched you win against Jan during the stream. No reason to watch you gloat again. I don't know. Pizza Racer, when I have like a big success, I really like reliving it. But I guess you're not as emotionally invested in my success as what I am, which is understandable. But yeah, I have rewatched my beach volleyball victory against Magnus so many times. It's just, it feels so good every single time. And also, we played some soccer at some events, and sometimes at the soccer stuff, there's people like videotaping, and there was one time specifically where Fiona was doing one of those vlogs, kind of video stories, summations of the event. And on one of the videos, she almost caught the most perfect volley I had. So I rewatched it so many times, even though it felt so good because I hit the ball so well. Speaking of which, I just got back from soccer practice, so that's good. I should play more soccer. Hey Chris, how are you doing? You were happy to see Jan being taken down? Yeah, we all are. Okay, we may actually have to change the stream title if absolutely no one wants to play 1 minute chess. What is going on? Do people not like 1 minute chess? Is chess 24 populated with old people? What's going on here? Give me some 1 minute challenges. Hey Dirk. I made the classic kind of... I dared chat to challenge me, and I called chat old. I think that's going to result in some people giving me a challenge. Hey CJ, how are you doing? Mac Burnout, my video series is where you see the recommendations. You are old? Yeah. Well, that's kind of... It's funny because it's true. That's my favorite kind of funny thing. That... Oh, did I accept the right challenge? Yeah, I did. Most stuff, the funniest stuff in the world, is always funny because it's true. True stuff is so much more funny than made up stuff. And probably the Chess 24 audience is a bit older. Otherwise, I would have gotten someone to play with earlier for the my 1 minute itch. Fool coming in with the 14-month Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, Fool. I know that I owe you a year's extension to your membership. I haven't forgotten, but I haven't really been... Yeah, I haven't been doing a lot of the work I was supposed to be doing this week. I've been playing Fortnite instead. But now Fortnite came up with a really bad kind of update to the game. So I'm expecting to get my work done. This bishop is trapped. No, it's not trapped, but it's almost trapped. And these pawns are going to look pretty scary. Pretty scary pawns. Oof, oof. No longer a pawn. Let's see if we can get this other guy as well. Chris resigned before both pawns could queen. A year? The contest really was a great idea and success. Yeah, well, for you it was magnificent. But I'm now also going to have to write an email to the marketing guy and say that I completely failed my objective and there was only one guy participating. But what do you know? For November, I think you were the only one who submitted a game. And for October, I'm giving it to you for the one where you gave away the bishop pair. Actually. CJ, don't laugh. It hurts. Ah, that's good. Pizza. You're getting it in practical play. You need to prepare for the hammer black opening. Yeah, I don't know. The amount of stress I feel right now, I'm not sure that black repertoire is coming anytime soon. Let's do the queen exchange and then take the rook. Let's see if this works out. Okay. Could have been worse, could have been better. Hey Vortex, how you doing? G3 system? Yeah, Shay. It's my 1 minute opening. It's incredibly effective. I beat everyone on time. No exceptions. I feel like we can trap this knight somehow. I know how to checkmate with a rook and queen. Done that a couple of times. How to challenge, what's the procedure? Ooh, I was supposed to make a moobot command for that, actually. So you go to my profile, right? Hey Thomas, how you doing? Only bullet today, if I have enough opponents for it. Cool. But yeah, bullet is my preference. I'm gonna get 3,000 bullets soon. It's gonna feel good. I'm so much more consistent in winning in 1 minute chess. It feels. You got good internet, unlike the stream earlier. My internet is cabled, Bateman. The problem with streaming from the Play Magnus offices is that they don't have cabled internet. And frankly, it's kind of my responsibility to fix it. And I haven't fixed it. So yeah, it's my fault. Everything is my fault. Yeah, so I'm trying to make a moobot command on how to challenge. Let's call it challenge. And then to challenge hammer, go to this website and select time control premium chess 24 premium. Responsible is not really. I'm more like an employee on paper who has neglected his work for some time. Okay, I got a command for you now, Vortex. Fix it next week? Yeah, I'll try to do that, Dirk. Okay. We got that done. And then we're going to see who is challenging us to some more 1 minute games. First up is Beto. Beto. I don't really know. German. But we have pretty good score against the Germans these days. Jan went down. Now that we have a couple more people watching, I'm going to repeat my earlier announcements. I have a new YouTube video where I have defeated the former king. The king is dead, but long live the new king of the Banter Blitz. That's not going to be a good trade for you, sir. I have so many pieces I can capture. I'm not sure kind of which order to do it. That is the most pieces captured in a short period of time. Beto 2020. Does he still have a chance, Flo? I think he's kind of out of it, right? Oh, you're not premium, Dark Vortex? Well, I'm sorry about that. But if you do decide to go premium, remember that you can get a discount using code HAMMER. Oh, Area is back. Exciting. But first, it's Sergey. Let's see if he's got that speed. Four Russians in the quarterfinal? Really? They decided already? Was today tiebreak day? Wow, I'm really not paying any attention to anything these days. Kim, thank you so much for your Twitch Prime 8-month resub. Thank you so much. That's a big problem. This man is suffering. Look at those bishops. Let's get some bishop pair emotes in chat. That is... Oh, he's threatening my my rook. That was a good move. Okay, I wasted a ton of time for no reason. Let's go here. Karyakin advanced by making all draws. That does sound like Karyakin, to be fair. That does sound like something he would do. We take down Sergey. I'm good, Sergey. How are you? You're gonna try to pre-move every move, Thomas? Yeah, that's not always a good strategy in 1 minute. Karyakin got through with 9 draws. Man. Oh, man. Karyakin, Andreikin, Nepomniachtchi, Yakovenko. Wait, what? Huh? What about the match everyone cares about? What about Topalov and MVL? Is MVL out of the candidates? Who cares about the Russians? I want to know if MVL beat Topalov. MVL won. Okay, well, big success then. Shock got eliminated from candidates. Yeah, but he hasn't really had a good period. Kaya, I'm mostly planning to do 1 minute games. And frankly, our experience Wednesday was that there's not that many people interested in 1 minute games. So it means that everyone who wants to can probably play more than one. You find it hard to learn when I'm playing Bullet? Yeah, it's more like an entertainment kind of thing than a learning thing. Make burnout. But does that imply that you actually feel like you're learning when I'm playing Blitz? MVL 1 easy, says Full. Wow. Yeah, Sergey, I would love to play one more game, but I think there's a couple of guys ahead of you. Are you still number 2 in Norway? No. Pythagoras, I'm down to number 3. I'm not having a great year. I also didn't win the Norwegian Championship. I did win one tournament this year, but that was clutch, barely. I was like 3rd before the last round, and then I got lucky on tie breaks. So not a great year for me. Anit, yeah, you're welcome to challenge me. Wow, we should have made that command a long time ago. Shock was 28-17 at the beginning of the year. Yeah, that's rough. That is rough. He's having a tough time. Hammer's number 2 since Carlsen got kicked out of the Federation. Yes, that's one way of looking at it. Finally, once Magnus was gone, I still couldn't get the number 1 spot. My autobiography is just gonna be like number 2. It's just gonna be the number 2 in like a huge. Anish did not deserve to qualify. Okay. Well, I mean, his rating is pretty high, though. He's a pretty good player. But I guess what you're saying is that you don't think there should be a rating spot. Because you're making the argument that he was crushed in all the qualification tournaments, from which I can only assume that you think you have to do well in those tournaments, right? And then there are other people who think that, having just one good tournament, like Alexienko, who almost qualified, and Wang Hao, who did qualify, having one good tournament shouldn't be enough to get into the candidates. And so that's two very different points of view. Because Anish over time is a pretty strong player. I will do my stream however I feel like, Tilshak. Anish was briefly 2,800. Yeah, Chris, but he was very smart about it. He did it very early in the year so that it was very beneficial for his average. In order to get a good average over a year, best thing is to start out high and then, and then you can start playing badly. On form Anish will not do well anyway. I don't think that's true. On form Anish is pretty good. Wow, CJ. You're a mod in a channel? That does sound like a horrible decision. Should we try to convince this person that he should undo? Or are we just going to have fun with it? You may want to share which channel, CJ. I think everyone will want to be a part of a channel where you're the mod. It's like a frog in the pot. It's just gonna heat up, and then explode. Start high and then stop playing. Yes, Beto, that is the correct strategy. And frankly, that is the strategy I had for the qualification for the Grand Swiss tournament. I was qualified by rating. I could probably get an invite if I wanted to, but I was legitimately qualified by rating because I started high and then it just my graph just went. Where's my camera? Just went that direction. Maybe Tari will also leave. I don't think so, Jam Snacker. You hope MBL gets in somehow since he beat Magnus in London. Yeah, but he's looking pretty good, Bateman, for the. He's looking pretty good for getting qualified through the Grand Prix. I mean, random name, I agree in principle, but I also feel like if the organizers hadn't made him sign a contract in which there was a punishment for not participating in the tournament, then I mean Anish is free to do whatever he wants. I feel like more than anything, the fact that he was able to avoid playing in Isle of Man, I thought that was an organizer blunder, if anything. What kind of contracts are these organizers operating with? If they didn't have clauses for kind of what would happen if they didn't play. And also, if they're not paying him to play, then of course he should be allowed to back out if he wanted to. If he's not paid to play, then, he can do whatever he wants. You play Bullet with a touchpad, Thomas? I've tried that. That is ridiculously difficult. The people complaining about Anish have been silent about Rajabov and Avronian withdrawing. Yeah, but, nobody cares. They weren't in contention anyway. Rajabov already qualified, and he's going to try to make 14 draws in the candidates. He's 50-50 likely to succeed. And Avronian wasn't really qualifying anyway. I'm not wrong, Flo. I'm not wrong. Rajabov is quite eager to do some draws. The funny thing about Rajabov is that with white, he's so passive. And then suddenly with black, he's playing like the King's Indian and stuff. Can you believe it? The guy is multiple times more aggressive with the black pieces than with the white pieces. 14 draws have been done. He needs to get 15 somehow. Yeah, that does sound like a challenge. I miscalculated. I thought I could give a check and avoid this double attack, but he could just protect himself easily. Torque is faster than me, yes, but he has also given away every single piece he has. So, I'm not too concerned. Still plenty of time to win it. Which books do you recommend by Rausen? Actually, he has a new book out now, Anita, which has gotten a lot of mainstream press. He's written one of these books that's trying to put a mainstream spin, but using chess as an example. I forget what it's called. But my favorites are 7 Deadly Chess Sins. That's my number 1 favorite. And then he did a follow-up book to the 7 Deadly Chess Sins called Chess for Zebras. And that one is also good. But the OG, the original, is 7 Deadly Chess Sins. And it's really good. Honestly, I should read it again. And it's probably at my mom's house. In case anyone else is wondering, my book recommendations. I'm recommending authors more than specific books. Okay, let's continue. Next up is Area. Is Magnus Carlsen also doing regular Banter Blitz on Chess24 with premium members? Red Karu, regular is a bit of a stretch. But approximately, I would say once a month. People in chat would know actually better than me. But semi-regularly, once a month-ish, he's doing the benchers. And yes, for those, you also do have to be premium members. So in case I am not a good enough reason to get that membership, Magnus certainly is. What are we going to do? Okay, I'm down on time, but my position is pretty good. I got them bishops. That was a horrible move. That was the worst move I could possibly make. Yeah, because now I actually have to give up the bishop since I let him get this escape square. Yeah. we'll flag him. It's fine. We're rude like that. I'm so nasty. Wow, I let him get to A4. What do you know? Wow, he was also clever. He actually managed to get the fortress. When are you getting Peter Svidler back on Banter? I don't really know, Alex. I'm not too familiar with like the inner workings at Chess24. Moves that matter. Yeah, that's the new one, Anita. The moves that matter. Rausen is also like he's a psychologist or something. So he's really writing about stuff he knows in real life. Someday you're gonna crush me, Torquay? I doubt it. Yeah, when Svidler is back, Bateman, I'm gonna have to kind of... Maybe I need to beat him to get the King of Banter title for real. Psychologist is a real job. Rausen is a philosopher. Oh, really? Is he dodgy? I know he's doing some kind of brain thingies. I thought he was trained as a psychologist of some sort. Do you think Duda or Fallujah has the best chance? They're too young, LVN. I think they're too young to tell. What is a traditional Norwegian Christmas dinner made of? Sergey, I think kåliltstappe, which we discussed actually in a stream earlier. That's pretty Christmassy, I think. It's like a root vegetable. Root vegetables are kind of the only thing we can grow in Norway. So we're huge on carrots and potatoes and kålilt. Things that grow underground and do not need sunlight. That is the Norwegian way. Duda has no chance? I'm not sure about that random name. I think Duda is older and better. So it makes a comparison difficult. But right now, I would think actually maybe Duda. But we'll see how Ali Reza does the next couple of years. Fish rat cow, yeah. Rutabaga turnips. Wow. Yeah, no, I cannot say that. I think the English language should just call it kålilt as well. I think that's better for everyone. Because that name just doesn't sound good. And it's so good. It doesn't represent the vegetable very well. Yeah, fish rat cow. I'm going to be streaming on Chess24 exclusively. Oh, you're having pinnekjøtt for the first time, Alex? That's very traditional for Bergen. And my dad is from Bergen, so I've had pinnekjøtt a couple of times. And the problem with that, it's like meat of a lamb, but it's so tiny. It's like pinne is a stick, essentially. It's literally translated, it's a stick. So like it's parts of the lamb where it's just like the ribs or something. And there's so little meat on every one of these sticks. So it's a very frustrating meal because you keep having one more because there's more. The bone to meat ratio is not good, is what I'm trying to say. Bergen in chat. Probably can't confirm. Peter is still the king of banter. Get out of here, bait man. Don't be saying those things. Oh, Alex, actually, I have never had the ribbe. And I'm very glad I haven't. It's just, I don't do very well with fatty meats. How about no castling challenge? That doesn't really work with my... Actually, maybe that does work with my 1 minute opening. Sometimes when I'm black in 1 minute, not castling is definitely a good thing. Because I end up getting checkmated so often. Christmas meal in general are fat? Yeah, maybe that's true, Bergen. In my family, we have like some nice lamb and some cod. So we have pretty. We don't really do that kind of tradition then. What's your opinion on the no castling chess? I don't know. It's actually quite interesting. Initially, I hated it, but the more I kind of understood some of the stuff, then, it's interesting. As a variant, it definitely has a place. But then the question is, how are you gonna like play proper tournaments with it? I find that unlikely. He's attacking my pawn. How rude. I'm going to be attacking his pawn. Haha, tricked him. Tricked him. That was my master plan. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Board. I beat him in 23 moves. I feel bad you couldn't see the board. My bad. So wonderful game. Just, getting that isolated pawn on the queen side, attacking target for the future, maneuvering the knight to the square ahead of the pawn, because now there's no white pawns that can attack that knight. And then in the end, just tricking the opponent. Pro streamer at work. I'm hoping that I stop making this mistake so often when I install my stream deck. So I'm thinking that I have a button to kind of switch. But as I was saying, I haven't really been working this week. So installing the stream deck is one of the things that haven't gotten done. Tech Ludwig has something to learn from Tech Jan. Are you saying that Jan is better with tech than me? Because even though I'm bad, I cannot believe that. Oh wow, Howell was playing without castling and made 3,000. Is that what you're saying, Thomas? I'm guessing that English guy is Howell. Can't possibly be Trent, at least. Will you do any commentary for Chess 24 in the future? I mean, it's definitely a possibility, random name. No, CJ. No. Your pickup lines are not okay for this chat. We are gentle people. We cannot deal with your imagination. Hey Mario, how are you? Hey Halvard. Another dude? Well, I mean... Then I don't really know, Thomas. Another dude than Trent and Howell. That beats me. Me and Peter would be great. Yeah, I think we would be okay. But it's very. I'm also thinking it's very difficult to do commentary with Svidler because the guy is kind of used to getting speaking time. So it's a challenging matchup. He does like to talk, yes, but mostly he has some very interesting things to say. So he's my favorite to watch. But being the guy doing commentary with him is probably challenging. Bughouse Pro Amateur Banters? That sounds pretty good to me, Sergey. I would be up for that. Come on, let me checkmate you. Wow. Okay, actually that was also checkmate. But I was thinking he would go here. And then we have the double threat. The queen cannot protect both against knight e2 and knight b3. Yasser also likes to talk. Yes, but it's easier to interrupt Yasser because Yasser's pace is more like my pace. And so, if you have something to say, you're gonna get an opportunity to say that. As long as you don't mind everyone hating you because you just interrupted Yasser the king. That's the problem. People are not going to be happy if you interrupt Yasser. Speaking of Yasser, where has he been? I don't know. Maybe he's living his life, dude. Poor guy. We've all heard them before. Really, Jam? Then you're really good at... you spend a lot of time watching chess broadcasts. I haven't heard all of Yasser's stories. I have, on the other hand, heard all of Hansu Lavlalim's stories. So yeah. Now do Maurice. I don't think I can do Maurice full. I'm not sure I even watched him enough. Oh, is Peter helping Grishchuk in the candidates? I don't know. He will not do commentary on it? Well, someone might need his help. It doesn't need to be Grishchuk, right? I mean, Svidler probably works with the St. Petersburg crowd. So, like, if Alexienko makes it to the candidates, I'm sure he would want to have... In general, Svidler is he's a very sought-after guy for his opening knowledge. So, yeah. I'm not surprised that people will want to pay him to help them. McBurnout, yes, Gandelius I thought was absolutely brilliant. I actually thought he was better than me. So, yeah, we're definitely getting him back. It was a big success. Sergey, thank you. Yeah, no, I'm pretty good at 1 minute. I'm not gonna lie. Very, very good at 1 minute chess. When's your next match of the Banter Blitz? It's next week. Actually, it was scheduled just this evening. Krishna. Who do you think can help Magnus more, you or Jan, in the openings? I mean, I guess maybe at the moment it's Jan, because I've been kind of out of the game for a while. But in general, I think I'm a pretty good second. I don't know. I'm okay at times. I don't know. Jan is more experienced. He's been doing it for longer. But I actually, someone asked the other day if I had been working with Jan as a second, but I think I kind of misunderstood the question. So I answered yes, but the fact is I never worked with Jan. We both worked with Magnus, but we never worked with Magnus at the same time. So yeah, I don't really know how he works. I should have taken this one first. But a lot of people want Jan as their second, so he's probably pretty good at it. Also, whenever I take a look at the work we did, when I do some kind of reminiscing of the matches, the World Championships, I always feel like we did such bad work. In the moment, it feels like we did good work, and then afterwards, I just with new eyes, with less bias, with more sleep, I kind of just look at it and I think we didn't really do very well at all, did we? Oh, that's a mistake. That's where I want my rook. He can't really move any pieces. Feels bad, man. Yeah, CJ. You're very good at not being a drunk mess today. Apart from beating Kramnik in 20 moves. Yeah, that was the highlight, Mr. Dodgy. That was so good, so sweet. And I think Magnus was also pretty happy with that. Because Kramnik is one of the people he likes beating the most. Whose idea was it for Magnus to play the Stonewall? Well, Simon Augustine is a renowned Stonewall expert. So Magnus always makes the decisions himself. But yeah, the fact that during high school, when we were working with Simon at the Top Athletes High School, then we spent quite some time on the Stonewall, his specialty. And Magnus did Seaman proud, I would say. He kept on the legacy. Hey Purinas, how are you doing? Coffee ASMR? We don't do coffee here. We do not do coffee. It's tea all the way. When did Magnus last play the Stonewall? It's been a while, Flo. It's not the... But I'm not going to say Simon. I mean, I'm still actually saying his name. It's like, what are you going to call Nasi? When you're talking about Nasi, are you going to call her Nasi or are you just going to invent something? It's her name, you know? Poor girl. Hammer does not drink coffee, no. Tea is for women? No, Torquay, you are wrong. Tea is for smart people. You know, tea is for women. Have you seen Gilmore Girls? Have you seen like every teenage girl ever? If you're going to talk about which hot drink is the kind of the most popular among women and girls, I mean, coffee is on the top. You're just plain wrong. CJ, you're a Mentalist fan? That show is so good. There's this commercial, there's this ad poster in the Oslo airport for international flights. You go buy this kind of jewelry shop or watches. They have watches or something, and they always have this this poster with Simon Baker, and the text kind of, elegance is an attitude. Simon Baker is so good. Yeah, he's so good, CJ. Whenever I go past that poster, I snap it. Thank you for the reminder, Simon. It's so good. It's an ad for one of the clock thingies. Maybe I can Google it. Simon Baker DeLong. No. What are these clock ad? Longines. Here it is. Elegance is an attitude. I'll send it to you, CJ. I'll put it in chat. More people should know. Elegance is an attitude. Oh my God, Simon Baker. I want to be Simon Baker. I want to be Patrick Jane, and I want to be Neil Caffrey. I want to wear a suit like those guys, but I don't have the attitude. I'm working on it though. Someone's going to get free advertising here? Yeah, but let's be fair. Who actually buys these watches anymore? People are buying like iTunes watch, whatever it's called. You're more like Mossy? Wow. You don't know who these people are, Alex. You don't watch enough TV shows, I think, Alex. Not knowing who Neil Caffrey is, not knowing who Simon Baker is, that is outrageous. I'm not even sure I know the name of the actor who does Neil Caffrey. I know Simon Baker because I've seen a lot of stuff with Simon Baker. But the actor who plays Neil Caffrey, I have no idea. iTunes was pretty good, Flo. My sister hooked me up. She made me an iPod with like songs in it. I wasn't technologically savvy enough to make it happen myself. So I had to have my 14-year-old sister fix it for me. To be fair, I was 16, so it's a while ago. Can you have that in writing? Okay, Alex, actually, you don't watch the right shows, is maybe more accurate. Matt Boomer. Yeah, okay, that rings a bell, CJ. But I've never seen him in anything else. Yeah, the white collar guy, Dirk. Matt Boomer. Yeah. Speaking of modern. It wasn't illegal, Flo. It's a very long time ago. I think CDs was involved. I think you had to put your CD into your computer and then you had to somehow transfer it. It was a big thing. And I have no idea how to do it because my sister did it for me. Will Hikaru reach 2750 again? Yes, he will. No, we had the iTunes and we had the songs, and I'm pretty sure that was not illegal. I mean, if we were doing something illegal, I should have had more songs on my iPod. Tekion knows more. I don't do Apple, Dodgy. It's a bad example for comparison. I don't have any Apple products. Well, I did have my other than my iPod, I have never had an Apple product. Okay, I'm a bit more careful now because I'm playing a Norwegian. And whenever you play Norwegians, you really want to win. You don't want the kids to know that you can be beaten. It's very important. Always make sure that the kids think you're invincible. This bishop is kind of annoying. Okay, we're gonna have to do this differently. Okay, we're expanding on the king side. Let's see how that works out. Yeah, just... This is kind of becoming dangerous for my king as well as his. This is becoming much more dangerous for my king than for his. And I'm down on time. Oh, it's not even checkmate. I thought I was about to checkmate him. Is he about to checkmate me? It's not far off. Okay, I think we got this again. That's a good check. Very good check. Ooh, Queen C1. That's the way we do it. House is the worst? Fool, you can't say stuff like that. Did you guys see any shows that didn't finish 15 years ago? No, I did not, Alex. But there's a very good reason for that. Because nowadays, these kind of shows, they switch from streaming platform to streaming platform. And like, it's very difficult to keep up when you know, suddenly you have to have some other place to watch it. There's this really good show, The Startup, which I saw the first season of, and then it's kind of just disappeared from my... I have no idea how I can watch it anymore, because I think they switched streaming service. And, you know, how are you going to deal with that? Did you see it? It was checkmate, or did you just want to win the queen? I just wanted to win the queen, but, you know, happy accidents. Do you know what is the reason that the top 10 in chess is almost the same for 5 years? I don't know, random name. I know that when I was a junior some 10 years ago, we were much higher rated than the juniors nowadays. So maybe like there's been a couple of crops that are not that good, but also there's so many people saying that like computers and stuff is helping kids become better faster than previously, and that may be true, but they're not becoming stronger. There's many more strong players among kids than there was, but the best are not as good as the best when I was a kid or young. So I don't really know. Lost was terrible, Alex. What are you talking about? Only unpopular shows switch sides? No. The Startup was really good. Also, I have a movie recommendation for everyone. With Simon Baker. Margin Call. It's so good. I've watched it like 3 times. The last... well, actually, I didn't watch it. I just watched clips on YouTube for like a week straight. Do you think it would be bad if they give a wild card to Alexenko? I don't know. It's kind of strange because he's so much lower rated than the others. But for instance, if Alexenko is the only Russian eligible, for instance, if Nepomniachtchi gets qualifies from the FIDE Grand Prix, and Alexenko is the only kind of Russian to get a who is eligible for a wild card, then of course they're gonna take him. Jigsaw, I haven't seen that. Wow, Full, you made CJ your mortal enemy? Big mistake, dude. I don't know. I think him making your mortal enemy list is punishment enough, CJ. Is Sergey still here or did he leave? Ah, he's still here. No, that Svidler being Alexenko's second makes a lot of sense. Because, I mean, Alexenko is from St. Petersburg. So it's kind of the gang sticking together. Let's do this, I suppose. Okay. That was not optimal. But it's not the end of the world. We still got some stuff going on. Let's do this. I probably shouldn't have allowed him to play e6. But I was kind of hesitant whether or not to play e6 myself. Yeah, I'm not playing this very well. All my pawns are weak. Every side of the board. Okay, at least now I get the bishop where I want it. It doesn't really matter that I lost a pawn, because this bishop is going to be a monster. I'm not playing it super well. Oh man, well. Why am I doing that move? Why would I? Why? I'm just letting him take all my pieces. Okay. Draw this then. I was so winning, and I was up on time. I just gave away all my stuff. That g5 move shouldn't have worked. Yeah, just take and g4, just winning. Ugh. Draw costs you 10 points. Yeah, we shouldn't be making draws. It's better to win all the games. How much physical activity needed to be fit? I wouldn't know, Krishna. I'm not very fit. Will I lose my channel points tomorrow? I don't know, Pizza Racer. I think there's been some rumors that it's resetting, but I don't understand why they need to reset it. I also beat Magnus in 2015, Torque. Just, you know. Hammer can run 20 kilometers in 3 hours. I think most people can do that random name. I think most people can do that. It wasn't the trickiest of paces I've ever heard. Two hours would be tricky. No, I mean, it's more likely if I'm going to try running something, I think it's more likely I will try to run a 10K and then do that in an hour. I should manage a 10K in an hour. Not running is actually something I'm half decent at. No stamina, but I can run, so you know. I like to say that 60 meters is a bit too. It's not my optimal distance because it's a bit too demanding from a stamina standpoint. 40 meters, that's where I'm the best. Oh no, I'm really quick, Flo. No, I'm seriously good. Not even kidding. Okay, we're gonna let him have a check. Hammer better than Ingebrigtsen. I think that's a bit too much, but I do okay. I went to a sprint practice with a friend of mine, and basically what I said to these people is that I'm such a competitor. I need to run a 60 meter in order to kind of be kind of motivated to keep doing this so that I can track my progress. And I wouldn't be able to track my progress unless I did 160 meter on the first day. So I did a 60 meter, but I kind of tripped over and fell and hurt myself. And I never really returned. But yeah, it was good times. I think they clocked me at 8.4 or 8.6. Something like that. No, but CJ, it's a fact that, you know, the bigger you are, the more muscles you have. You're not going to withstand for a very long time, but I read somewhere that the people who are like best for the first meter or 2 meters or 5 meters or something would be the hammer throw or the thingy where they have the stone and they're throwing it and they're just like 100% muscle. Big guys. No, I'm 100 kilos, random name. Actually, a bit lower, but we'll round it up. Okay, we gotta keep beating up on people to make up for the draw we had against Sergey. Dirk, thank you for the 500 bits. I'm not super tall, Flo. According to the WHO or something, I am obese. Not just overweight, but obese. Which is why it was a good thing I went to soccer today. And had a good time. Our team won the final match. Feels good. I'm getting outplayed massively. What's going on? This is not good. Maybe I should sacrifice. Okay, let's just go back and forth a little bit. It's not great. Okay, but this is okay-ish. Yeah, this could be okay. I just blundered my piece. I thought somehow I had rook d7, but I was wrong. Okay, we're going to make the best of it. We're just going to run this guy up the board until he dies. Yeah, okay. We're gonna flag him. We're mean. We're very mean people, but we're gonna do it. Yeah, I'm liking the yawn strategy. Hey Balazs, how are you doing? Yeah, good game, Sergey. Well done getting the draw. Can you walk 50 kilometers in 8 hours? Is that random name? Are you expecting people to have an answer to that kind of thing? Is there anyone in chat who has ever walked 50 kilometers? What kind of question is that? Did you just say according to the WHO? Yes, I did, CJ. The World Health Organization. But yeah, random name in general, I think I can walk and run most things. I have enormous muscles for my legs. It's whenever I have to carry something, that's when the problems start. Oh, Chucky didn't get back to 2700, but he's a pretty strong player. I'm sure he's going to get there. Okay, actually, Gondolias, never mind the walking. I feel completely fine with the fact that I didn't do military service. Some of the stories I've heard about military service is, yeah, it's rough. It's yeah, I don't really want to expose myself to that. Cuz you get, and one thing is kind of that it's physically stressful, right? But it's also about, when you walk so much, you're going to get blisters. I mean, it's one thing is it being tiresome, but it's also like physically ruining your body. Do you have military service in Norway? Yes. Mandatory military service. To defend us against the Russians. But it's not so mandatory so that I couldn't get away from it. So it's like mandatory-ish. And the new thing is that now it also includes girls. So it's mandatory for both boys and girls in theory. The physical part wasn't the worst in the military. It was all the waiting. Really? To be fair, I do dislike waiting without an internet connection. But these days, don't you think they have internet in the military camps? Waiting is probably not such a big deal anymore. I cannot walk on my hands. Oh, Germany is thinking about bringing it back? That's interesting. In Norway, I think there was recently a story on how some of like the big bosses, the generals in the army, that they were unhappy about there actually being military service. They would rather have volunteers because they spend a lot of resources training people who then end up just, if they have 6 months of training and then they have 4 months where they can actually do the job they're supposed to do, that's not great use of resources. Um, so yeah, they were saying that they would actually prefer career soldiers. I don't think shooting a bullet is the number one thing here. I think there's much more trickier technical tasks than that. But I kind of hope that the people operating tanks have, a couple of years experience. But what do I know? There's quite a few people dying. Oh, that was not a good move. Whew. There's quite a few people dying during military exercises. In Norway, there's definitely a few stories about that. I'm guessing this is going to be checkmate somehow. Not sure how, but... How about a tank? Oh, did you ask that question, Dodgy, before I actually said it? Who proclaimed you a king? Check out the video and judge for yourself, Vertvich. But I would say I'm pretty solid. I'm on solid ground. Alex knows a lot of people who got very good at Super Smash Bros. In military. I don't even know that game, but actually the guy at Twitch, who's like the point person for chess on Twitch, he's a Super Smash Bro professional. He's like a competitor in that. Is this a hippo? Yeah, kind of, Krishna. Mandatory service makes no sense from an economical point. I don't know, fool. It depends on whether or not you have enough people. But for instance, Norway, who has no chance at defending itself anyway, I think military service makes no sense because the only thing we use our military for is like having commando soldiers, essentially, going to Afghanistan and where we have pilots bombing Libya. Norway, despite being a small country, is not doing defensive duties. We're an aggressor, which, maybe we shouldn't be, but that's a foreign policy question. But yeah, the needs for Norwegian military at the moment is one of highly trained people, and as such, I'm not sure. Our need isn't really that big that we should have enough people who want to have a military career to cover our need. Because right now we have so many people because we're supposed to be able to defend our country. But if Russia decides to invade Norway, they can do that at will. It doesn't really matter whether we have some extra 10,000 troops. It's just if Russia wants to invade, we're going to be speaking Russian. You had a friendly fire accident, Pizza Racer? Yeah, it's just scary. Guns are scary. Military also important for disaster control. Yeah, Reed, that's fair. And while the Norwegian military hasn't really been that active, we have had what's it called, like the National Guard, the Norwegian National Guard with reservists who gets called in whenever there's a flooding. Um, but surely there's some way of keeping the reservist system while abandoning um, the military service. Normally, it was not Russia invading Norway. That is fair, Beto. Although there were Russian troops in northern Norway at the end of the Second World War. Um, but yeah, it's more like a state. The current state of the world is one where Russia is our only kind of questionable neighbor. And Norway also has a very close relationship with the US. We do a lot of stupid stuff so that the US thinks of us as an important ally, so that they will protect us if we do get invaded. You should start with cross country skiing. Yeah, Sergey, I've been thinking about that. I was actually talking to Magnus's sister. She was doing commentary with me on the London tournament. And she's training cross country for. She's her boyfriend's family are doing this Marcia Longia. It's like this incredibly long, stressful ski race. It's like 70 kilometers. So I was asking her if she wanted to do some skiing, because it's very difficult to find someone who's approximately your level. And for me, I feel like doing workouts on your own is so boring. So I want to team up with someone. No politics? What are you talking about, Weber? The only fun thing we can do on stream is politics. I don't really understand streamers who say no politics. It probably means that they have nothing interesting to say. Or that they're not really engaging with chat, I suppose. Karpov streaming, that would be something. Has Norway ever won a war? Probably not, Flo. Oh yeah, in the Viking Ages, yeah, we were quite gruesome. Yeah, okay, that's fair, Hiataman. That's fair. U.S. streamers can't really do politics because of how their country is being, torn to shreds at the moment. Okay, we're gonna take a quick commercial break as my fire alarm is definitely working. That's a disappointing result. I'm alive. Yes, I'm alive. Probably. I mean, it's always a false alarm, but what are you gonna do? It was not my apartment, but it was my sign. It was my side of the building, and also running up the stairs to get back to stream. Yeah, 40 meters. That's my cutoff. Also, I forgot to bring my cell phone, so I couldn't keep you guys up to date. How many miles did you run? Yeah, it's 4 floors, and it's pretty rough. The 4 floors. Lose 29 elos, yeah, but at the same time we're promoting good values. You should always take the fire alarm seriously. Didn't you say you could do a 10K? I can do a 10K, CJ, but I'm going to be very out of breath at the end of it. It's just about withstanding. How many times could you walk up and down those stairs in 8 hours? That's probably not that many, Alex. That is, those stairs are really rough. My building is from not even the last century. It's the one before that, Turkey. I think this building was built in 1890 something. There's no elevator. You lost 29 ELO, but you saved your life. That's something, I guess. Gotta work on your cardio, for sure. Do you know why the fire alarm went off? I just know that it's one of the alarm went off in one of the businesses on the first floor, and we were trying to figure out where the alarm was and what was going on, but we didn't find anything out until the fire alarm just suddenly stopped going, and so we thought, well, we could go back to our apartments now, probably. You were defeated by a 1700? Yeah, it happens. Fire alarms do that to you. I honestly forgot I was in a game when I did went for fire alarm. Fourth floor. How far are you from Magnus? I actually don't know where Magnus is living at the moment, random name. I know where he lived this summer, but he moved. What's wrong with your voice? Nothing is wrong with my voice. Rude. Very rude. I did turn on the mic, no? My voice was shaking. Well, I mean, I was tired. I was out of breath, I believe the term is. I ran up the stairs to get back to you guys. I'm gonna check what you guys wrote while I was not looking. Most interesting stream yet. Yeah, that's what happens when I leave. I see smoke. Wow. Talk about staying calm. Upsilla, what's my best tournament? I don't really have any good tournaments in 2019. Okay, let's go. Now we got a mission. All the rating points I had made the past hour disappeared as I had to deal with real life issues. So we're gonna have to win it back, And our go-to candidate for winning back rating points is Area. Are you streaming from Oslo? Yes. I'm streaming from my place. Wow, he's very sneaky. This is not a good placement for the bishop, but he was just trying to catch me making pre-moves. Let's do this one. I'm about to checkmate. Very bad news happening on the king side right now. Tactics like pulling the fire alarm when your opponent is thinking. Yeah, that's pretty nasty, Alex. Don't play rated games against under 1900s. But Henry, how am I going to get to 3000 if I don't play rated games? I gotta say, I think losing a game to the fire alarm going off, I'm gonna say that's a fluke. I'm gonna say that's a once in a year. Not even once in a year. It's the first time ever it's happened, and I've been streaming for more than a year. Norway has like 14 or 15 grandmasters, I think, does. Are you allowed to check the engine during a fire alarm adjournment? No. Actually, that's sometimes there are breaks in games, but very rarely. And the one time I've played a tournament with breaks in the game was in Dubai, where they had a prayer break. I don't really remember when, but it was like 2 hours into the game, they had a prayer break. So that was pretty unique. I should have gone 94 first. I regret. I don't know, the non-Muslims among us, Alex, we were definitely chatting a bit. But it's kind of weird. I was trying to think about my position, honestly. Why not, you know? You got this spare time, you might as well. Am I about to be... Okay, let's just take this. Let's not risk it. Sorry. Next up is Salon. If I can manage to click yes to the challenge. Okay, anyone else want to challenge me? Frankly, the odds of the fire alarm going again is higher right now because clearly something is going on in the industrial part of my building. So you know, if you want to challenge me and you want to get a lucky win, this could be your moment. I need to protect against Queen F7. So I'm out of challenges. So if you want to send me a challenge, that is very welcome. How do I give a checkmate here? Oh, there's one. That opening is weird, Mario. Can you beat it? CJ, I was walking around Manhattan at midnight. I think most places are safe-ish. Or maybe it's just Norwegians being very naive. But as long as it works out, it's fine. And also Hellsphere is... It's not the ghetto, is it? Yes, Joseph, I am a grandmaster. I'm pretty good at chess. I have practiced for a long time. New York has a low crime rate? Is that unusual? He can move his knight. There's no danger. I'm gonna do this so that I get the rook to influence. Wow, he didn't take it. He could have just taken it. I wasn't really planning anything scary. Now I am, though. Scary plans. Wow, he just resigned. Is there daylight in Oslo at all? Not when I'm awake, random name. Not when I'm awake. There's daylight like from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. ish. It's not the greatest time of year. I've just been sitting inside playing Fortnite. But now the latest Fortnite update was so bad. I really didn't like it. Anyone in chat, do you know if the snowballs are in arena? Because maybe you can play the competitive settings and get away with some of the bad changes. Oh, not anymore, CJ? Dark at 2:40. Well, we're approaching the darkest day of the year. I think it's the 22nd of December. It's the darkest. Norwegians always indoor in winter? Yeah, like Alex says, not always. We do ski at times. But in general, indoor is better. 23rd, really? I thought I checked this earlier because I was mentioning it on stream the other day. I'm pretty sure it's the 22nd, not 21st. My bad. It's the most wonderful time of year, Alex, according to the radio. I don't know. I kind of like winters. The only problem I have with the winter, apparently now I apparently like sunlight, which I do not like during summer. So it's very strange. Um, but I really dislike the slushy stuff. The fact that walking around in winter is so unpleasant with the mixture of ice and snow and everything. But other than that, I'm there was a time when I considered myself a winter person. San Francisco is paradise? Wow. Have you even been to San Francisco? I don't think anyone who's been to San Francisco would call it paradise. I mean, I love it. It's my second home, but paradise, it is not. I feel like there should be some checkmate lurking. Oh, the song. Yeah, I still don't know that song. I think someone referenced it earlier. What's the temperature? It's not that bad, Borba. I don't even think it's freezing. It's like 2, 3 degrees Celsius. A friend of yours told you that Magnus is a comics lover. I mean, both Magnus and I are brought up on the Donald Duck pockets, the cartoons. So I guess the answer is yes. Honestly, this one would have been pretty sweet. Extremely unnecessary, but very sweet. Top Christmas song? I don't really have a top Christmas song. Are Norwegians quite like the Finnish? Yeah, kind of. And much like the Finnish, we use alcohol to become less quiet. Past Pawn coming in with the 19-month resub. Thank you so much. Actually, that reminds me, I will be doing a stream next Thursday. Thursday the 19th. 6 days. And we will be celebrating my 2-year Twitch partnership anniversary. So I became a Twitch partner on December 19th, 2017. And we're celebrating 2 years of Twitch. Not the best move, not the worst. Yeah, we're getting our vengeance on Kasparov fan. He got that fire alarm win earlier. But honestly, he's centralizing his pieces so much, I'm almost nervous. But yeah, we're going to get this guy to this square. Hopefully. I really want to play this move. It's going to need some prep. Come on, come on, come on. Yes. That was the move we needed to win it. Huge win, yes. Is 19 months one of your biggest? It's definitely up there past pawn, but we got a couple of 22-year guys. So I would say it's probably top 15. Yeah, 1.5 out of 2 years past pawns. The thing is that once you get your Twitch sub, you get 1 month immediately. So Twitch subs are kind of ahead of their time, if you know what I mean. So people are gonna get like the OGs. If someone like had a sub on the very first day I streamed or got my partnership, which is not possible because I had my first stream a couple of days after my partnership got through. But yeah, so there will be people like December 22nd who has 25 months, despite it being 24 months since I started streaming, because you're always 1 month ahead. You're never cold if your clothes are warm. Yeah, that's basically the guide to living in Norway. And honestly, it's also why I sometimes prefer winter over summer, because it's so much easier to become warmer, just dress better, have more clothes, than getting cool on hot summer days. No beach. We have some really nice beaches in northern Norway, Turkey. You should check it out. If you're a fan of beaches, you should go to Lofoten. It's a really an amazing place. That's strange, fool. I don't really know how that works. Wow, Vertvich, you're being very kind to random name. But yeah, also that kind of implies that if Vertvich was able to find that information, you could have as well. Random name. Oh, I'm about to do something very nasty to this man. Wow, he moved? Okay, we're gonna actually once again try to get him to put the bishop into defense. So boring. Yeah, now it doesn't work as well. Can we get some kind of sacrifice to work? I guess this one. Are you sure you should be allowing discovered checks? But Vertvich, I'm not sure those numbers are correct. What kind of website are you using to get those numbers? Botes had some kind of special website where she could check how much money different companies had raised. I didn't know that that was considered public information even. But also, is it about kind of everyone knowing that it's good to share how much you raised so that you can get other people to contribute as well. I have no percentages of Chess 24. I'm but a lowly employee. But I'm good at getting paid though. Is there poverty in Norway? Yes, there is. But as with all countries, the kind of the threshold for poverty is different, right? So you could be rich in some country and poor in Norway. It's all about what your living expenses are like. I don't know. I thought I was being clever. Je ne sais pas. Now knight f3 is kind of annoying, but we're gonna live with it, I think. Whatever. I think this is how we do it. Wow, I'm also low on time. I thought I had a massive time advantage. All Norwegians are rich because they stole Denmark's oil. Yes! Perrier, are you Danish by any chance? But also, we don't mind. I mean, we were under Danish rule for 300 years. Stealing your oil is just payback. You had it coming. Today is Friday the 13th. Wow, I'm surprised you're the first one to mention that, Flo. That is actually true. My fire alarm went off on Friday the 13th, and I'm still alive. What a time. What a success. Do you like Netflix? I probably would like it if I had it, Horace. Part of my brilliant strategy is not spending too much money. Also helps. Big on saving. They say that only the most intelligent children can save. Postponing pleasure. Only for the most intelligent. I just gotta figure out what makes me happy, and then I'm ready to spend all my savings on it. Did you really, CJ? Age 13? Wow. That's pretty sick. There was a time when I was practicing on the Play Magnus app, and I just got destroyed on age 12 or something repeatedly. And then I went to age 24 and I won my first game. Since then, I never tried the app because I can't really top that. At the time, 24 was the number one age. Only rich people can save? I don't know, fool. I mean, I would say no, but on the other hand, I wouldn't really know, would I? I think you can always cut down costs. But I am in a privileged position to kind of to not have much costs, I suppose. Twice, Shipahauler, twice. You know what? We're gonna keep this here. Oof, and we're gonna get some free stuff. We're not getting some free stuff. How disappointing. Also, I'm spending a lot of time not getting my free stuff. Oof. Which do you think is going to be more dangerous? My rooks on the 7th rank or his stuff? Spoiler alert, it's not his stuff. Who's the owner of Chess24? Play Magnus. Well, it's yeah. It's a big thing. You can go to proof.no. Probably that is the accurate way of checking who's the owner. It's a really good tool, by the way. You guys should know about it. Wow, I'm actually just barely avoiding checkmate. But barely avoiding checkmate is good enough. I'll get you the link, actually. It's a useful tool to know. It's a lot of public information in Norwegian records. Who was asking? I think this is going to give you the right link. I'll put it in Twitch chat as well. The owners are Nicola! How are you? Coming in with the, I can't even count, 1700 bits. The chair wall bits. Is that an evil snowman? Wow. I can't tell whether it's a dead snowman or an evil snowman. Magnus Chess owns 44%. Idé Capital owns 12%. Espen Agdestein owns 10%. MP Pensjon owns 10%. And others own 23%. Is that right? I feel like this is not properly updated. I don't know, but there's a lot of interesting stuff you can play around with in Norwegian registers. Ooh, this is a good one. I didn't even know about this one. Indirect ownership. Magnus 37.5%. CJ with the 200 doggy bits. Thank you so much, CJ. Magnus 37.5. Espen 10.8. Henrik 6.6. Brandt 6.6. Brandt's daughter 3. Brandt's other daughter 3. Lauvheim Holding 2.5%. No, actually, wow, this is weird. Huh. Yeah, Norwegian company records are interesting. Yeah, now there's also Chessable. That's correct, Flo. I think maybe I'm not sure whether those records were properly updated. But that's the place you can check it out for the new year. I think such records are updated in March or ish. Finance stream, yes. We wanna get some of that Hikaru popularity. I'm sure the reason everyone watches Hikaru is his financial tips. It's not at all his gameplay. Michelo. Is that how you pronounce it? You're up next. Yeah, but 2018 is surprisingly recent, no? Okay. What are we going to capture? First capture this. And then we capture this. Feels bad, man. No one ever watched Hikaru playing Blitz. Yeah, it's all about the finances. You don't understand that c5 move early? It's just putting pressure against the center. And very often when you move the knight up in the next, on the next move, you get both the pawn and the knight putting pressure towards this pawn. And in this game, it was very effective, right? Because I basically put all my pieces pointing against this white pawn in the center. And there was actually nothing he could do. Because if he goes c3, then I win this pawn because of the pin. Never surrender. It's not a bad tip, Turkey. If Trump were Norwegian, we would know he's only a millionaire. Yes. So Norwegian tax records are open to anyone. And so long as you're a Norwegian citizen, you can see how much taxes other Norwegians are paying. Losing money being president, you're wrong, Pizza Racer. He's making a ton of money. I misplayed this so bad. I could have won a piece earlier. You know, Turkey, it's easier making quick moves when you're controlling the entire board. That's my tip. Trump refused presidential salary. Yeah. And then he announced that the summit of world leaders would meet at his resort in Florida. What do you think costs more? the president's like $600,000 salary, or resort costs for, 5 heads of states and their delegations. He actually had to cancel that, which was, I think it's the only thing that has actually been canceled on grounds of being horrendously exploitative of his position. But he's gotten away with a lot of other stuff. $450K, yeah. It's not a lot. It's not really. He only charges at cost? Is that real, Flo? I find that very unlikely to be true. Can you tell us how to detect blunders fast? Yeah, I don't know. Because for me, it's just an instinct. So I guess I can tell you what I do, but I don't know really how I manage to do what I do. So for me, it's just instinct and kind of quick searches and pattern recognition. But I have a lot of years of training doing it. So how I do it is not necessarily what's going to be the right approach for you. No, I mean, if it's at cost flow, it doesn't matter whether or not it's a luxury resort, right? At cost is at cost. Which makes me think he didn't actually say that. Or, yeah. Yeah, pattern recognition you can train by doing a ton of puzzles. And when I say a ton of puzzles, I really mean a lot. You know what? I'm actually going to castle. It's a bit risky, but I think it was better than the alternative. Wow, he's really going for it, huh? I'm too scared. Too scared to take that knight. I'm going to get rid of the queens instead. That's more my kind of play. Puzzles? Do you mean tactics frenzy? Yes, Tonkan, of course I do. We're releasing a new app next week. It's going to be exciting. The Tactics Frenzy standalone app. It's going to be good. Presidential salary less than the minimum salary in Major League Baseball. Yeah, I believe that 100%. The salary for head of state in Norway is lower than most of the board of directors in any publicly owned company. I think the Norwegian prime minister's salary is like 1.3 million. Which translates to like $150K. How do people train tactics before computers existed? So don't people would actually make books just and fill them with puzzles, with exercises, and then they would solve. So I think what has happened with the computer is that previously it was quality over quantity, and with like the computer's ability to just throw a ton of puzzles at you and never really running out, it's now much more about quantity that you can. I think it's good, actually. I think it's good because quantity is important as you're trying to learn these patterns, whereas quality is good for calculation. And that is two different things. First, you have to learn what to look for, which is the tactical patterns, and then you have to learn how to calculate complicated situations where there are multiple tactical patterns at the same time. Do you solve studies? Not regularly, Mario, but very often there will be people like tweeting a study, and I will actually spend some time to solve it. In high school, we solved a lot of studies. We did the Kubel studies. They're really, really good. And whenever there's a study in the tactics on the tactics trainer, it's I really enjoy those. But also because I can't keep track with all the queens and stuff. Studies are more pure. Bye, Turkey. Trump tweets at Hammer. Yeah. Would love to see it chip Holla. Probably he's using those NSA funds to monitor the internet. Whenever Trump is mentioned, it's like we need transcripts of whether or not this person was trashing Trump. I don't know. It seems to me that Trump would not fare well if he knew what other people all over the world were saying about him. He seems to really care what people think, which is strange because he doesn't really act in a way to remedy what people think. What is a study? Horace, a study is kind of like it's a constructed puzzle in which all the pieces have a purpose, and like very often it's going to be reduced material. It's going to be some kind of an end game. But it's constructed, and it's like every piece has a role to play in the puzzle. And very often there's like a very nice solution. So yeah, you can Google, for instance, chess studies Kubel, something like that. Chess in art form. That's a good way of putting it, Mario. Giovan, hey, how are you doing? Okay, guys, I am out of challenges, so I'm gonna mute myself and have some more dinner, and then I'm hoping you guys have some challenges for me afterwards. I really thought that was going to work. I didn't get a single challenge. Okay, here's Evan's Gambit. The only man brave enough. We would have been over 2,800 if not for the fire alarm accident. Feels bad. Okay, I think we're gonna play this move. It's a weird one, but it's aimed against this bishop. Yeah, this was a horrible situation to play that move in. I have a really bad position. Yeah. Okay, we can beat him on time though. Our go-to backup strategy is in effect. We'll get him on time. Oh, that was a pawn. He took my pawn. But honestly, my pieces became much more active after that. So we don't really mind. Oof, I don't think you're stopping that guy. Oh, what are you gonna do? The pawn ran away. Ran away from the knight. Yes, I do cook doos. This is one of my best dishes, as a matter of fact. It's a chicken masala with extra bell peppers, carrots, and onions. Good stuff. Yeah, good game, Evans. Let's see if we have some more guys. Okay, Bateman is saying he's willing to do 3 minutes, but nothing else. I guess my aim at getting 2,800 plus in bullet is going to take a hit because of a lack of willing opponents, willing victims, really, I think we should call it. Because I am undefeated the last 2 days. I have been destroying people left and right. But then I guess we're going to switch to slower games. And one of the challenges is from Voodoo. And then afterwards we'll have Bateman. I think I'm a good cook, Horace, but I don't do very advanced stuff. So I think if I were to challenge myself, I definitely could do it. I'm just, lazy. Is one way of putting it. And also, I do very well with my own habits. So I don't go out of my comfort zone very much. 95. I guess he's getting away with it. That he's not getting away with. Wow, CJ. Did that person make your mortal enemy list? That's rough, Alex. Oh, I forgot that this is Blitz. Wow, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy is taking forever to make a move. But it's Blitz, people. Yeah, you shouldn't be mixing your 1 minute chess with your Blitz chess. It never works out. You're always just gonna be making some move way too quickly. You know what? I'm even going to take with this pawn. We're keeping some imbalance in the position. You still think your 1 minute chances are above 0%, Evans? Yeah, you're probably right. But might be less than 2%. It might be. Okay, so we're actually going to go here, which is going to provoke him into playing e3. And then we're going to go here. And suddenly he cannot stop me from playing rook f2. Because of my bishop also helping out. And the man has been completely destroyed. Maybe this 1 minute chess is good for me. I'm playing much quicker. And more decisively. You wouldn't like to try it? Yeah, Evans. The thing is, you get very tilted at some point. After which the points start just, you can't really protect yourself against. Really? Okay, we're gonna go back again. And then we're gonna try this square. Maybe a better square. That was the correct square for the bishop. The rook cannot move because it needs to stop rook f1. The knight cannot move. The rook cannot move. All of white's pieces are busy defending each other. And in the meantime, I'm going to do some very nasty things. One of which could be this. But I was looking at other things as well. Okay, we'll do bait man and then we'll see if there are any 1 minute challenges. Those are still being prioritized in my quest for 2800. Yeah, Henry, I could easily be hit by some bishop h6 move. But more often than not, I manage to avoid. Maybe it's just an accident. Or maybe it's skill. Who knows? You do whatever you want to, CJ. It's nicer that some people at least are chatting than there not being anything going on. I'm not always following the conversation though. I think right now you're discussing how you can make me lose by starting my fire alarm. I was watching Madam Secretary yesterday, and there was an episode in which chess played an important role. And you know, us chess people were suckers for anyone noticing us. There's a chess scene in Twilight. I didn't even know, CJ. Of course, I do know what Twilight is because I have a sister. Really, CJ? Oh my gosh. Oh, I just blundered my pawn, but he didn't take it, so we're fine. There's chess in Mr. Robot. I know that a lot of people say Mr. Robot is really good, but I couldn't get into it at the beginning. Is there like a threshold you need to get across in order for it to be like good? Or am I just one of those weird guys who don't like the show? Okay, he's trying to go down here and take all my pawns. And I'm kind of just pushing all the pawns up the board. In the lack of something better to do. I don't really have a plan, so I just push the pawns up. In the Madam Secretary episode, there was this Dutch girl who had a 2765 rating. And she was number 7 or 8 in the world. And, spoilers, one of the Russian guys were cheating. And this had very important significance for diplomacy between... Why didn't I take this pawn? That was a free pawn, and I didn't take it. Feels bad. Wow. Has my alerts always been this loud? Chess Weeb coming in with a party of 28. How's everyone doing? I'm trying to play 1 minute chess, but I have beaten up on my viewers so much the past couple of days that no one wants to play me anymore. So if you guys have a Chess24 premium membership, get me this challenge. Come challenge me and we'll play a game. You'll be my next victim. Oh, do you think it's too loud? Because that to me that was pretty loud, but I'm not used to wearing my headset while doing chess. Because I get to hear the... I don't hear how loud my voice sounds because I only hear it in the room. You guys didn't hear the thunder? What? Who heard the thunder? It's not supposed to be a local. Okay. I don't know then. Not loud at all. Okay, that's good, Mario. It was a bit loud on my end, but I guess that's just how it goes. You're fearless, Sergey? Challenge me to a 1 minute game. We'll see how fearless you are. How much of a beating you can take. On the stream, GM in the DMs. On the stream. The Raid Thunder announcing that the weebs are in town. I just gave him a good square here, so I think I'm going to take this knight to make sure that he doesn't have any pieces that can exploit that square. And then we're going to open up the F-file, because there's some nasty things going on down here. This move, maybe? Wow. So this is how to do it, huh? You're just copying my moves? Should have copied them more. CJ, thank you for the 100 bits. CJ, are you into animals and stuff like that? The Fortnite guy I'm watching, he just got a dog. It was pretty cute. It was a white golden retriever. I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay, no more 1 minute challenges. People, put me in a good mood. Give me some 1 minute challenges. Give me an opportunity to take you guys to school. Give me an opportunity to get to 2,800. You would like to see a match between me and Kosteniuk? We've played quite a bit before, Henry. We played in the Arena Kings tournaments when I was streaming on chess.com. You can probably find some stuff on my YouTube channel. But the thing is, beating Kosteniuk... My YouTube channel is kind of filled with me beating, you know, the Hikarus and the Andrew Tangs and the Furujas. That's what... Oh, Mario, you're willing to sacrifice yourself. That's very good. Okay, we got a game. We got 3 1-minute challenges. Some of the Chess24 learning tools, yeah, I might do that at some point, Olath. Okay. What's going on here? We're gonna get this bishop out. Do you think Magnus will beat Pepe 9-0? No, I don't think so. If you guys were here for my first ever Chess24 stream, you will know that Magnus was my first ever opponent. He came into chat and challenged. And yeah, I even got a draw. He was being pretty generous because I feel like he could have won that if he was paying a bit more attention. But yeah, I got a draw against Magnus. First ever Chess24 stream. I think Pepe is going to get a draw off Magnus as well. So you lost against her? Yeah, I definitely lost against Kosteniuk a couple of times, Henry. But I think overall, I got a good score against her. But she's very quick. All the top girls are very, very good at blitz and rapid and stuff. I don't know why that is. It's actually a real thing that the top women players are they're very aggressive, and they often go for very like attacking positions, stuff like that. And so I think maybe that's why they're so good at blitz and rapid, because very often you need to have like good calculations in blitz, and so it's very beneficial to be attacking players. That's my theory anyway. But I don't know, you guys will maybe not remember, but there was a rapid tournament in London at some point, and Gunina won it. Was that too many Ninas? Guninina. Gunina? One of the two. Valentina, let's say. She won it ahead of like a ton of grandmasters. She was 200 points lower rated than some of the top guys, and she still managed to win it over 11 rounds or something. So the top women in chess are very, very strong in blitz and rapid. That's not my next tournament, Moobot. We'll deactivate it for now. Which tourney is it she won? London Grand... London Super Rapid. I linked a tournament report to you, Tankan. It was pretty impressive. There were like, wow, there were like so many 2600 grandmasters. She beat Nun, Smirin, Itursaga, Howell, and McShane. It's just incredible performance. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Do I have any more challenges, people? Oh, I do. Oh, Sergey. Sergey has challenged to a 1-minute game. But actually, first we're going to do Chris, who has volunteered. Do you think in bullet games luck is a big part? No. I think the fact that I'm winning every single game shows that it's not luck. This is skill. CJ, yeah, still just premium. Let's not take that one. Just in case knight takes d4 is a good move. What value would you give your king in an endgame? Kings are pretty good in endgames. probably a bit better than a knight. I guess this is how we do it. So like 4. 4, I would say. GM in the DMs. He understands that he wants to trade the knights. I don't think I want to do that because it's going to make it easier for him to create a blockade. Okay, we're going to have to flag him. Yeah. He got the drawn endgame. Well done. But then time. Time happened. Okay, so if king f3 here, there's just no way I can make progress. Because my bishop is on dark squares and all of white's pieces are on light squares. It's just a draw. Yeah, good effort, Chris. Wow. If you go by the conventional amount of squares the piece controls divided by 2 definition. I didn't even know that's a thing. I've never heard that before, but that's an interesting concept, Larv. Yasser did a video on it. Can you link it in chat? That sounds interesting. It's not very often you hear about concepts for the first time. Okay. Sergey, we're on. Let's make it happen. You're going down and I'm getting my 2800. Magnus did this to me once when we were kids. Turned out to be absolutely brilliant. Because now he doesn't get the knight to c4. Magnus was pretty good when he was a kid. Pretty good chess player. Look at this bishop. I had to suffer this bishop when I played something similar against Magnus. You know what? We're even just going to open up. Because this bishop is completely out of play. Okay, I misplayed this so bad. Okay, we're back to our old strategies. Flagging, that's how we do it. Get people on time. People are slow. I really don't like how I played this. I had such a nice concept. I need to do something about this bishop. This is not my best game, is it? Wow, I checkmated myself almost. Okay, it's dirty. It was very, very dirty, but we got the win at least. How do you pick an opening as a new chess player? I think Actus, you just put your pieces in the middle and hope for the best. amount of squares on the opponent's side of the board. Okay, that becomes more complicated. Now it's almost so complicated, it's not interesting anymore. But thanks for the link to the video. I'll try to check that out. I'll save it in a different browser. That was the start of the video. CJ, you gotta... Homie is okay. Homie, I think, is pretty gender neutral. Dude, also dude, I think, is pretty gender neutral. How would you prefer to be referenced, CJ? Miss? The special one? Wow, baby. Wow. I'm just asking, CJ. I wouldn't be surprised if you wanted to be referenced as the special one. Wouldn't come as a big shock. Ooh, that's not good. That's kind of the collapse of the entirety of Black's position. Okay, I'm gonna have to take this one. Then we're gonna have to defend this guy. Okay. Princess, yeah. I think we're on the right track now. Actually, when I was a kid, we would there was the baby sister of a guy, of like the neighbor kid. We would always reference her as Princess. For some reason, we had decided that was fun. Kids are very strange. Okay, we're getting another chance against Sergey. And honestly, the way we did him dirty, he deserves a new shot. Although we got white again, which is kind of... The server is not being very nice to him either. Everything is conspiring against Rachmanov at the moment. Okay, I did not play that very well, but somehow I'm still alive with all my pieces intact. And the bishop pair. This is not good. I kind of want to go here, but I don't think it's safe. I'm down 7 seconds. Not great. Let's go here. Okay, it's getting better. We're slowly but surely getting our pieces into play. Good night, pizza. Okay, now the question is, how do we increase the pressure? I think we attack on this side. Okay, I gave away a pawn for no good reason, but I'm playing quickly. So giving away pawns is okay. Okay, I changed my mind. Free rook. Free everything. Were you the king? I don't remember GM in the DMs. I don't think so. But I am the king now. If you guys haven't seen, you got to check out my new YouTube video in which I become the king of banter. King of Banter Blitz, but also Banter Bullet. because I'm destroying people today. Okay, we're gonna get my ass. We're gonna get me to 2,800, and then we're gonna call it a day. I can feel my headache arriving as a result of doing too much soccer in one day. Wow, Soup is really going for it here with the hammer style openings. The problem, of course, being that Hammer knows the hammer openings much better than anyone else. But he's really this is a man who has paid attention. I want to give some props here. He's really going for my plans, the same stuff I do with the white pieces. And as a person mimicking Hammer, this is a pretty good effort. And you know what they say? Mimicking is the best form of flattery, something like that. Also, I blundered this piece kind of 4 moves in a row. What is it they say? It's not mimic, it's imitation. Thank you, Fury. Thank you so much. Imitation is the best form of flattery. That's the one we were looking for. Also, now we're looking for this. It's about to be checkmate in the house. I think it's sincerest, though. Imitation is the most sincere form of... Sincerest? Can you say sincerest? Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Oh, it's not the end of the quote. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness. Wow! I didn't even know the end of that quote. And you know, you shouldn't trust all the quotes you read on the internet, but Oscar Wilde did write most of his stuff. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness. So pretty savage. It's pretty savage. CJ. Okay. I need one more challenge, people. And Dumb coming in with the 20 gift bomb. Thank you so much. Gifted subs to everyone. Fail availability to Cap Drage, to Steve Eyes, to Horace, to Sly Nice Guy, to GM in the DMs, to Sleepy Mario, Neugeselskiste, Rophylactics, to Area, to Busy Nights, to Herald of Ash, Clumsy Rook, M Chess, Frank Fulde, Red Karu, Appier, Disc of Accretion. Is that a word? I'm gonna have to look that up. Cyrud and Matarason. Thank you so much for the 20 gift bomb. There's a lot of famous quotes that have endings that aren't well known and often give the quote a different meaning. Yeah, that might be true, Pollen, but honestly, this ending to the quote just made it better, in my opinion. And it made it much more savage. Yeah, bad luck, Larv. What? There's an end of Jack of all trades? Oh, Master of none? Well, okay, that one I did know. Yeah, that one I did know. That's a lot of big words, Ulan. Frankfurter, I'm hoping so as well. I know that the Norwegian Chess Federation was present at the thingy in Lillestrøm. I forget what it was called. It was really interesting. I was there and I did a simul. But I'm hoping that they will do the same thing at the gathering. Oh, there's a different ending. Yes, CJ, I thought. Jack of all trades, master of none. Though oftentimes better than master of one. Oh, really, CJ? Is that real? I'm pretty jack of all trades. Wow, Alex, the meaning was reversed. I also thought it was cockatoo, although I'm not sure what it is. Wow, yeah, no, phrases and stuff is difficult. I would know. I've invented a couple new phrases in Norwegian through a lack of knowledge, really. Their plankeskuring is most people's favorite, but I have a couple of other ones as well. It's easy to mix up two phrases that have the same meaning. That's my excuse. Okay, Sergey, last game of the day. We're getting the 2800. Although Sergey has crushed me now twice in a row, so we're hoping to get to 2800 is more accurate. Although with this start to the game, I'm feeling optimistic. Not even cautiously optimistic. I'm just being plain optimist right now. We're going to do this. And this. This looks dangerous to me. Although I did blunder that pawn. Haha. Oh, I'm a very, very experienced streamer. It's always good to point out a couple of these things. Mr. Free Knight? I don't think so, Ulath. Because he was attacking my rook. So I could capture this guy, but then he captures this guy. Becomes a thing. We like our rooks most of the time. Why don't you play on chess.com? I switched, Max, recently. I am so lucky that I get competing offers from the chess platforms to have me entertain their crowds. And I decided to accept an offer I got from Chess24. Keeping the stream alive. Which is always nice. You thought Björnetjeneste was something good? Oh my gosh. You guys are so young. Okay, at least I know that one. I don't know. I thought that was one of your better ones for today, CJ. Okay, that's it from me, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. Also, it's 1 p.m. Eastern. It's a Saturday, so that's exciting. We'll find someone to raid, and I hope you all have a good one. Hardweizen Noodle, thank you so much for the 2,000 bits and of stream bits, the best bits. Wow, Hikaru is streaming. Oh, and Georg is streaming. What's going on? Something is going on. Let's raid the guy with the fewest viewers of them, but he's also the best player. Let's send our stuff to Ali Reza. I gotta double check I spelled that correctly. Ouzja. I think I made it. Okay. Chessweeb is not online on my Twitch. I don't know if that's my Twitch being weird or not. But we're sending the raid to Ali Reza. Make sure to put some of those Viking raid helmets in his chat. And I hope to see you all back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Oslo time, 1 p.m. Eastern.